Boys, it's been 1 year since the start of Hunt Only, and today I want to go over our full account, do a full review of everything we've been able to accomplish thus far. This will be the 1 year account anniversary of Hunt Only. Let's get into it, boys. So it's been officially a year now since we started the series. If we see the playlist here, which I'll probably have in the description, you can see right below the video 11 months ago, which is not a year, but when this video comes out, it will be a year. So I wanted to do what we did with Nihility Only when we did a huge review of that account and do a review of my Hunt Only account. We're going to go over every single character build, all the progress we've been able to make in individual challenges like the MOC, Pure Fiction, etc. We're going to go over all our progress in those so far and talk about this account versus some other things and some things for the future. But regardless, let's get right into it. And the first thing I want to talk about is our progress in some of the endgame content. So we can see here, Apocalyptic Shadow just had an update really recently. I haven't actually got a chance to try this yet, but from my understanding, this one is made specifically for Feixiao. So there is some potential here that we could get pretty far into this one in particular. That being said, haven't tried it yet, but something we're going to do in the future for sure. Now, it should come to nobody's surprise that the Pure Fiction game mode goes indicatively against everything that Hunt Only stands for, being an AoE game mode where you have to go after multiple units. So as of so far, I've never been able to pass the first one with more than 2 stars, I think. Yeah, Pure Fiction has not been kind to us. However, something we have done and have been pretty fruitful in so far has been the Memory of Chaos. Memory of Chaos, we got 2 0 cycles on the first 2 stages. We tried stage 3. We weren't successful in the last Hunt Only episode, but I do reckon there is some hope here, and I do see a lot of potential for us to get late into the MOC. It's just something that hasn't been accomplished yet. We've beat the full Forgotten Hall. We got 3 stars on all of this. And then as for Memory of Jian Lafu, we were able to get to stage 2. We're just on stage 3 now, and it's just something I haven't tried yet. I reckon we could probably beat it, though. In fact, for today's video, why don't we just beat it? One little fight. We won't do too many of these because we got a lot to review, but I just want to prove how good our account is. So we're going to go all in because we got a bunch of new characters now. We got the addition of Mose. We got the addition of Boot Hill recently. We got a lot more characters to work with than we had at the start of the series. Unfortunately, the no healing is still quite a big problem, and I don't see a lot of potential for a Hunt-only healer, but you never know. It could happen. They've already juked me once with Zhao Chu and Nihility Only, but I see some potential there. Who knows? Regardless, we beat the first one. As you can see, our Hunt-only account is pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. A lot of this content is becoming pretty easy for us to defeat, especially with the addition of Feixiao, who we got in the most recent episode of Hunt Only and has been probably our best pickup of all time. Without her, where would we be? I can tell you it would be in the gravestone, because her ultimate ability has basically taken us from like a mid account to like the potential of Nihility Only, where we can actually start entering into some of that late game. And that's the insanity of Feixiao. We could probably beat the rest of this today, but I think I'll leave that for an official Hunt Only episode. Regardless, that's all our progress in the endgame content. In terms of other things like, you know, Divergent Universe, we haven't even got there yet because I haven't unlocked the ship. And then in terms of the actual universe, the one in Herta Space Station, we don't really do this too much. Although I do use planar ornaments a lot, I tend to just use the synthesizer to get them because these are quite time consuming and it's hard to really manage my time between all these accounts. Regardless though, let's look into some of our character builds. So we have a total of 8 characters on this account. We are currently missing 2 characters. We are missing Yanqing, who has just been a super unlucky. We've never got him. We've got Gepard and Bailu. We've got Bailu 3 times, Gepard 1 time. My Bailu luck has been off the charts, and frankly, it still pains me to this day. Other than that, still waiting for a Sele banner. We had one early on into the series, but unfortunately, it was Sele and Topaz on a double banner, and we decided to pick Topaz instead of Sele, so we just haven't got a chance to get her yet. But the time will come when we need her. For right now, though, we got Feixiao. We got the rest of the homies. Let's talk about all of them. We can start with the worst one, debatably. Or honestly, I don't know if there's much debate there. Don Hang. He's fine. I honestly don't use him that much. He's on River Flows in Spring, kind of a Copium light cone. He still has some traces left unleveling. It's just a lot of bonus abilities. and then taking these a little higher. Relics are kind of cope. He's currently on a full 4-star build. I think he's the only character with 4-star relics. He's currently Eidolon 2. We could definitely use more for him. In fact, let's just go over all our characters' Eidolons. March 7th, Eidolon 3. We got all 3 in the last event. And of course, we got the new event as well, where we have to get the next 3 Eidolons for March, which is going to be something that is super, super important. But regardless, yep, we get a free E6 March just by doing events. That's something that's really nice for this account because it's not easy for us to get E6 characters. Shushang is Eidolon 4. Dr. Ratio, Eidolon 0. Mozzarella is Eidolon 5. Boot Hill, you guys already know. The boy is Eidolon 2. 3 Boot Hills, 1 Temple. If you haven't watched that video yet, make sure to do so. Feixiao, Eidolon 0. Topaz is Eidolon 0. And that is everything. Pretty insane if I'm being honest. We got really lucky on that Boot Hill banner, and it's probably honestly saved this account to some degree. The Eidolon 2 is pretty nutty because skill point management is a big problem here, to be honest. So getting the E2 on him was honestly a saving grace. And that's why we've built him so well. We got him on generally one of his best free-to-play light cones, being the 3-star Adversial. His traces, we just beat the Feixiao boss fight. The one that's usually right here. I don't know where it's disappeared to, but we beat Feixiao. So we got all the Boot Hill traces. We got him on a pretty good relic set. We're just running speed, attack, break effect. And that's our boy Boot Hill. He has 140 speed, 2.3k attack, and 108% break effect. He is absolutely chilling. Now, there's something important to note about my account, and that is we've made the executive decision to not do the Trial of Equilibrium. This is because this Trial of Equilibrium doesn't actually really increase any level caps for us. We can already get level 80 characters. We can get level 80 light cones. And so I don't see much reason to do this. The only thing it would do would be to make the content harder and unlock some final calxes for us, which I'm not sure if I necessarily need. And to be honest, that's probably one of the reasons we were able to beat that most recent fight against Feixiao, is because we haven't leveled this up yet. Regardless, let's move on to some more characters. Shushang is on a pretty simple build. Got our signature light cone. Traces are pretty simple. We're still missing one of them. Actually, I can just use Tears of Dreams to get this. Hold up. Let's go. We got it. Regardless, relics, pretty simple build. We're doing the 4-piece champions. We got like speed, crit rate, HP, break effect. You'll notice that on a couple of my builds, I run HP because obviously we have no healing or sustain on this account. So HP is actually very beneficial to some degree. And yeah, that's Shushang. Dr. Ratio's next. He is on the S5 cruising in the Stellar Sea. His traces are currently 8, 7, 8. We're missing one of his bonus traces, which I still need to get. Relics are going to be 15, 15, 15, all 15 around the board, and full gold. We're running him on crit damage, speed, imaginary damage, and attack percent. We end up using this Durin Dynasty of Wolf sets a lot on a lot of my characters. We have it on Ratio, we have it on Feixiao, we have it on Topaz. It's a really good set for this account in particular because a lot of Hunt Only revolves around, you know, follow-up attacks and breaking units. So that set is very beneficial. Next up, Mr. Mozzarella. His light cone is currently Final Victor. It's not the best light cone in the world, but it's the only one I have for him. We're very restricted for light cones on this account. We have a ton of River Flows in Spring, but other than that, I don't have a lot. We only have one copy of Swordplay, which has been really hurting my account. If we look at our light cone databank and you sort by hunt characters, you can see that I'm still missing exactly one of the 4 stars, being Return to Darkness, and then a bunch of the 5-star ones, which kind of sucks. I venture forth the hunt would be a super nice light cone if I was able to get it. For the video, I am down to do like a singular, maybe 10 pull. Oh boy. I mean, Swordplay is on the banner. I'm not against it. Let's try. We do have a chance. We do have a chance. 1 10 pull, 1 hope. Make it happen, game. Damn it. Oh, man. We skip. Swordplay? Oh, we got another Swordplay. Let's go. Ooh, that's big, actually. That's big, 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 big. Another Swordplay means I can get a better light cone for somebody. I'm really happy about that, actually. Gonna have to think about who to put that on. But regardless, back to Mozzarella. He's on Final Victor. Traces 992. I finished all his bonus traces finally. I'm happy about that. His relics, he's currently on a bit of a weird set. I just had to get some stats to work for him. Mainly looking for things like crit rate damage. That's why he has a crit rate body. Some attack boots because he doesn't need speed. Lightning damage orb, and attack percent rope. His stats are a little copium. He has 5197 and 2.9k attack. Definitely could be a lot better, but it is what it is for right now. And I think that's going to finish up our 4-star lineup. The last 2 characters are going to be Feixiao Topaz and Numby. Let's go with Topaz and Numby first. Currently, they are running Sleep Like the Dead. I do have Topaz's signature on Feixiao right now because it's a pretty nutty light cone for both of them. It's just Feixiao is the objectively better unit, so I use it on her. Anyways, Sleep Like the Dead is on her right now. Her traces are 778. She is currently missing her bonus ability, which again, I just need to do. I really got to do a lot of these. Relics are 10, 15, 9, 15, 15. I need to upgrade these. What am I doing? Enhance this. Oh, we got a crit rate. Good stuff. And another crit rate. Damn it. Anyways, those are her pieces right now. Again, it's a bit of a weird set, but I'm mainly just looking for stats. Like, for example, I had to run crit rate body on her, even though I had a crit damage body. It just was the way it was. And that led her to have 135 speed, 62% crit rate, 109 crit damage, and 2k attack. And yeah, that's Topaz and Numby. Last up is Feixiao. She's running Worrisome Blissful like we talked about. Her talents are 8, 9, 8. And honestly, I might as well just get this 6 because it's glaring at me in the face and it's annoying. So I'm clicking the button. That definitely wasn't necessary, but I did it anyways. Relics are 15, 15, 15, 15, 15 all around the board. Unfortunately, I'm missing a crit damage body for her in the Wind Valorous set. I just cannot find one for the life of me. So I had to run an off piece there. Then we got Speed Boots, Wind Damage Orb, Attack Percent Rope. Pretty normal stuff. Her speed is 145, 53% crit rate, 120 crit damage, and almost 3,000 attack. And she's by far the best build character on my account right now. We're running a lot of Copium Relics, but we're doing our best to progress through it. As for our story progress, we are currently at Farewell Ponaconi. I just haven't got to doing this quest yet. Usually I only do the story quest when there's a big boss fight at the end, because one of the goals of Hunt Only is to progress through all the story content using the normal mode. We will not be using casual mode. So that's one of the goals. The other one, of course, is to beat as much endgame as possible. And then the third one is just to build every Hunt character and collect every Hunt character. Those are the 3 primary goals of the Hunt Only account. As for our materials, we are currently sitting on not very much. Feixiao took all of my jades. She took every last one. So currently I only have 921 left. The unfortunate thing was about the Feixiao banner is that it didn't go over too well for us. We lost the 50-50 and we had to go to Hard Pity twice because Bailu took everything away from me, including my sanity. But regardless, we were able to recover and get Feixiao, which was nice, but it also made it so we never can do any pulls ever again. Luckily, there's no Hunt character in 2.6, so we can do all these events to continuously get jades and hopefully save up enough for the next Hunt character. As for the rest of my resources, we're low on EXP books, although I don't really need any more because all my Hunt roster is now level 80, so we won't need EXP books until Yanqing or Sele. We got some Tears of Dreams if we ever need them. We also got more Hunt materials to level up characters like the Temporal Shots. I think I got that right. And then also, of course, some Arrow of the Demon Slayers, which we're going to need for more characters. Light Cone inventory, pretty bland. We just have 3 5-stars, nothing too special. One of these we did buy from the shop. Sleep Like the Dead was a executive decision which I made to buy from the shop. In particular, the Star Glitter exchange, as you can see, it's sold out. I decided to buy one of them. May not have been the best decision, but I thought it was better than nothing. So that's why we got that. Relic inventory, definitely could use a lot more relics. I have to do a lot more relic grinding. Luckily, we have 74 Trailblaze power in our inventory. So we have the potential to do a lot of relic grinding, which we are going to get to. We, of course, care a lot about food in this series. More particularly the prayer machine, which is our only source of healing and battles. This is a very important core item to the series, and I've been trying to collect as many of these as possible, along with other things like kinetic cannons and any other attack materials I can get, which will help a lot. Lastly, our valuables menu. We don't have too much. We got a single star rail pass, a ton of fuel, a cake, and some Herta Bond fragments. Speaking of which, let's just use that wish. Maybe we get Yanqing, which would be the craziest thing ever. Watch this. Yanqing! Damn it. No Yanqing. Another important thing which I should mention about this account is that we are, of course, completely free to play. We are free to play kings. We have never spent a dime on this game, or on this account at least. We've never bought the Nameless Honor before, or the Battle Pass. If we go to the shop, you can see that I have 0 of the Express Supply Pass. And we have never bought an Oneric pouch in our lives. This is the completely free-to-play Hunt account, which I think is pretty cool. The last thing which I wanted to talk about is some of my teams. which are most prominently seen in the parlor car. And we can talk a little bit about what teams I use to clear some of this hard content. So one of my favorite teams that I found recently has been the Feixiao, Mozzarella, and March combination, which has been an absolutely nutty combination, just allowing Feixiao to get off a million combos at once, which I think is super fun. And then that ultimately leaves for my second side, Boot Hill, who's E2, paired with Shu Shang, which is a really good combination. And then Dr. Ratio and Topaz, who are usually good as singular units. And these are the two teams that I most typically use for all the MOC content and the hard content on Hunt Only. Eventually, I want to replace Don Heng with Sele, but other than that, these two are pretty permanent teams. And yeah, other than that, I think that about covers the whole Hunt Only series so far. We've been doing it for a year. I hope to go for another year. But for today, that's going to be all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to see you all for the next Hunt Only episode. Peace.